Let's learn how to draw model shape figure. In the beginning, we have to break this reference image into simple forms, that is circles, squares, rectangles, triangles. As you can see, I have mentioned, we have broken this complex sketch into simpler form. So what you need to do is, I have directly begun doing the actual thing. Instead, you draw simpler form and then work on it. All we are trying to do is make it look like the one which is on the left side of you, the reference image. The reference image is available in the link below. Now let's speak about the sketch. As you can see, we got a rough outline of the figure. We are now dealing with the cloth, and main thing you need to do when you are sketching cloth is the foldings. It should be in accordance to that of body shape. So we have got that sweater right. Have a sharp pencil. I would recommend you guys to start with H. That's because sharp pencil you can have good fine details, and you can be more comfortable since you're a beginner. It doesn't leave dark marks, and when you erase it, it just goes off. So what we are trying to do here is basically uh, trying to form a foundation of the sketch. Use light strokes and with loose hands. Get comfortable over the pages you are working on without stopping. I'm still working on the cloth. You need to compare with the reference image while doing it to get better result. Each and every fine detail should be accurate, then only it would look great. It would definitely look good, but if you want it to look great, you have to put that extra bit of effort there. What I'm trying to do is perfecting my lines and presentation until I'm satisfied. Basically, when you stop doing or modifying the thing, that's the final thing. So as long as you keep doing, that's a process. You can never achieve perfection though, but still you can be close to or near perfection. So what we are trying to do is working on the details on the face now. Since we have got the basic outline done of the cloth, we are trying to deal with the hair and the face. Now let's work on the navel. If you look at the reference image, it's actually a bit broader, I guess. So we have to make it a bit broad. Make sure you have well lit space around you when you are sketching. That's also one of the tip I would like to offer to you guys, and that would aid shading. I guess this part is coming good. So this pose is somewhat bit difficult. It's not that simple as normal sketch, normal pose, I guess. As a beginner, you may want to start with most common pose, but try something different. This is easiest to draw if you just follow the instructions and sketch along. Pause wherever you don't get it. And what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to draw using a mechanical pencil. That's basically to get the outline done. That's my thing where I prefer mechanical pencil, but you guys can use a sharp pencil with H thing, H type. Once you get the basic outline proper, the further steps are very easy. So getting the outline done is very important, the right outline done. Now I'm still not happy with the shape. I'm trying to work on it. Next comes the face part. It's looking almost the same. So if you find it difficult to draw hair, I'll break it down into simple step. Um, it's not proper. See, you need not finish it off the time you start it. All you need to do is get the basic done. So I'm still trying to figure out how much should I draw. This is looking better when compared to the previous one. Make sure you have all the other details without even missing one. You should proceed ahead. Enjoy the process as you sketch. It's gonna be lengthy though, but that's the fun of it. And the paper which I have used here is fine art pen. It's easy for me, I find it that way. You can use any sort of paper, the paper actually doesn't matter, but paper with thick GSM does some thing with the pen thing where you can erase it often not and like normal A4 size sheet paper which is of 80 GSM. we are getting the face done properly. It's very simple. Get the outline correct. Once you are there, then start shading. Haven't yet done anything yet much, and you can see I'm trying to smudge and get that effect. Sorry. I started from the right go, but you can take your own time, study the reference image from the beginning prior to the sketch, and then you can start. And I would ask you guys not to press too heavily because the paper gets damaged when you are sketching. If you may not get it right the first time, so you need to have patience, not press heavily. There are few artists who take their rage out on the paper. The resulting sketch won't be that good, but still I would ask you not to pressure too much on the paper. Now we have got the pencils. Let's start shading part. I'm using 6B pencil. Now I switch to 8B pencil since it has very dark tone underneath there. As you can see, the shadow part is way too dark, the part where I'm shading right now. So we need to use 8B pencil, and even the underarm part, that's way too dark. These are the fine little details which will add that appeal to your art. Now I'm using 3B pencil. You are supposed to use the 6B or 8B pencil once you achieve the perfect shape. If you are not sure with the shape, please don't. Now again switch back to 3B. And when using 8B and 6B pencil or any pencil with darker shade, you have to define your stroke more precisely. And all I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to keep adding more details. The reference image will be available in the link below. Take your own time to analyze the sketch. Even when sketching, have a good analyzing thing. Observe the sketch properly, observe the reference image, give your best shot, and you'll get the best result. And when you are using this 8B pencil, make sure you don't smudge, because once you get that smudge from a darker tone, it would be very difficult to remove even with an eraser. So I would say be very careful when you are dealing with this. And again we switch back to 4B now. Make sure the entire sweater is of uniform shade. It should not be like somewhere too dark or somewhere too light. The entire thing should be in a similar shade, except for a few parts wherein you get the shadows or light, not the entire thing. I'm trying to smudge here. I like to do using my finger, but paper stump will be available. You can use it. And once you are done shading, it would be obvious that you would notice some smudge on the pages. Small smudges. I would ask you guys to remove then and there, erase it then and there. So let's work on the hair. I'm using a much darker version, 10B, because that's the darkest thing on the page. And about sketching of the hair, I can't stress upon it during this 20-minute tutorial. I would definitely post a separate video of how to do hairs, how to sketch hairs, which looks very real, which is simple though, only if you know the technique. So I have got the smudge there, I just erased it off. Keep doing that again and again. I'm adding the further details. It's coming really good. Now let's proceed further. This part is a bit difficult for the beginners. Start the four corners with a dark shade, as I'm trying to do here, the four vertices. Then with dark shade around the belly button, draw a light line above and below the belly button. Now use 4B or 3B pencil and shade the way. It's like connecting all the vertices now, and the direction of the stroke should be upwards, angling towards right. Just try to do the way I'm doing, exact way, upward, angling towards right. And wherever you feel the light part is needed, I prefer erasing it off right then and there, but there are few people who keep it till the end, then use white pencil. Uh, that would not be that appreciated. And the same thing we are trying to do now. I have taken a much darker pencil, 8B. The shadow formed by the sweater on the body has to be shown. So I'm using 8B. If you want, you can use 10B. I'm trying to smudge, I'm trying to work on it, I'm trying to get the effect as much as possible. If you want to be a better artist as a beginner, I would say just don't stop practicing. Practice whatever you want, practice whichever type, whichever thing, object, human, animal, plants, anything, trees, anything is fine. Landscapes, natures, rivers, there's plenty of thing available for you to sketch. I'm using the white pencil wherever it's required, where the light falls directly. Actually, I'm trying to show that the light is falling from the right side, so that would leave two things, shadows on the left side and the right side, obviously the light parts. And about the boundaries of the sketch, the outline, there are certain places where it's dark and there are certain places where it isn't. So when you are trying to do the sketch, try to just follow along. Even now I'm doing the light strokes with HB pencil. The main reason is that won't indent the paper. And now I'm using charcoal pencil, medium shade charcoal pencil. Since you are a beginner, be careful with the strokes. The smudge of charcoal pencil is very hard to remove. Take lot of time when you are doing it. It's looking better. Now let's work on the remaining leftover parts. I'm again putting some dark shade on the left side because the light is falling from the right side, and same thing to the other thigh. Make sure the skin tone is uniform. Now I'm erasing all these smudge marks. So it's done. It's so good. I'm still trying to work on the fine details. Since we have removed the smudge around the sketch, let's find a place to put my sign. Make sure that it's not highlighted. It should be somewhere in the corner. Mm, Fine, I'll just put it somewhere here. Yeah, and there we go. With my sign complete, this is done and dusted. Thank you guys. Subscribe and like.